Now I want to bring in Naomi Brockwell, and I always give you props because you were on Bitcoin long before anybody I knew, period. I mean, well over a decade ago. Here's the funny thing, though. When Bitcoin gets hammered, do you get a lot of calls from your college friends? I'll use air quotes saying, we kind of told you so.
My friends know better, but you do see a lot of people on Twitter saying things like that. Nouriel Roubini is one famous example. I mean, he has tweets saying, oh, look, it's crashed all the way back to 1,000. You guys are wrecked. You should have known better. I told you so. Then he'll say, oh, it's dumped all the way back to 4,000. I told you so. You're wrecked. And now they're saying again, it's gone all the way back down to $35,000 per Bitcoin. You're all wrecked. I told you so. It's like, no, Nouriel, you didn't tell us so. The long-term trend has definitely been upward. And I think that that's what we're seeing right now is a lot of people trying to have their moment in the sun, but they really missed the boat and missed one of the most interesting financial innovations of a generation.
I find it so amazing when these folks who are really well-known like that become so fixated on the misery of others, right? They're just rooting for something not to work out. It confuses me. You don't think it works, fine. Just you don't think it works, but they actually get on the pom-poms every time they think someone else is failing. Maybe it's their bruised ego. Let me talk about superstar wide receiver Odell Beckham because he just signed with the Rams and he decided to take his pay in Bitcoin. So according to a report, this $750,000 right now, after factoring the move in Bitcoin and taxes, is only $35,000. If they go to the Super Bowl, Naomi, he's going to have to hitchhike to get there. I mean, should people be taking their pay in Bitcoin yet? Is it at that point yet?
Well, it's an interesting situation because I'm wondering why he took his entire pay at the start of the year, which is what you'd presume by this calculation. Otherwise, why would you be signing a contract for something in a certain currency, knowing that it's incredibly volatile? Like, why wouldn't you peg it in US dollars, which is what most people do when they accept Bitcoin as their income? But you see a lot of stories like this. It's brutal. It's incredibly sad to see things like this. It's not so sad for him because he's got a ton of other money and sponsorships. But for some people, it is, there are a lot of sad things going on. But this has been part of the Bitcoin story since the very beginning. It's, the volatility is a core part of this asset. It's a very high risk, high opportunity asset. And people realize that. But we've always recovered from these dips. And I'm absolutely betting that we're going to be recovering from this one.
You think, got a minute to go, you think maybe we've made that turn? 33,000 was sort of a key support point. 30,000 was really a big support point. Maybe we just don't get there. Maybe we've started that turn already.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Price prediction is something a lot of people dabble in. And if you look at all the price predictions from last year, it's going to 1 million, it's going to 100K. They didn't come true. So I am definitely long-term bullish, as I've always been on this. The trajectory keeps going up long-term. When that actually turning point comes, it's really hard to call.
Do you keep adding, though? I mean, do you keep adding to your position on these dips?
Absolutely. I think that it's a great time for people to be exploring this. I mean, look at it this way. Is the Fed stopping their money printing anytime soon? They keep devaluing, the US dollar. You can think of this as Bitcoin going up, or you can think of it as US dollars going down, because they're both signaling the same thing. The US dollars are becoming more and more worthless as the Fed keeps printing huge amounts of money, and people are looking for other assets in which to park their cash. Cash is the worst place to be putting your money.
They absolutely are. Naomi, thank you so much.